Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sayın Başkan,
Mr. President,
Sayın Başkanlar,
dear presidents,
Diyanet camiamızın saygıdeğer mensupları,
respected members of
din
our
şurasının
religious
değerli
community,
üyeleri
valued
ve
members
katılımcıları,
of the
değerli
religious
misafirler,
council and attendees,
çok
dear
muhterem
guests,
hocalarım,
esteemed
kıymetli
teachers,
hanımefendiler, beyefendiler,
valuable
sizleri
ladies and
selamların en
gentlemen,
güzeliyle
I would like to salute you with
hürmetle,
the most
muhabbetle
beautiful of the
selamlıyorum.
salutations.
Allah'ın selamı, rahmeti, bereketi
May the God's peace
hepimizin üzerine
and
olsun.
prosperity be upon all
6.
of you.
Din Şurası'nın ülkemiz, milletimiz
I hope the Sixth
ve
Religious
tüm
Council
insanlık
will
için hayırlara
be
vesile olmasını
a cause for
Rabbimden
good for
niyaz
our
ediyorum.
country, for our nation, and for all
Şurayı
humanity.
tertip
This is
eden
my
Diyanet
wish
İşleri
from the God.
Başkanlığımıza,
I would like to
Sayın
thank
Başkan
the
ve
President of
ekibine,
Religious Affairs,
Din İşleri Yüksek
Deputy
Kurulumuza,
President and their team,
şuraya
the
katkı
High Board
sunan
of Religious
tüm
Affairs, and all the
akademisyenlere,
academics, all the
kanaat
scholars who
önderlerine,
contributed to the
yazar,
council,
münevver
opinion
ve
leaders,
mütefekkirlere
writers, and
Sözlerimin
researchers. I
hemen
would like to
başında
thank all of you.
15
As
Temmuz
I begin with
gecesi
my
okudukları salalar
speech, I'd
ve
like to thank
ezanlarla milletimizi
the
direnişe
imams
çağıran
who called our
tüm
nation
din
to
görevlilerimize
resistance during the
tekrar
15th of
şahsım,
July
milletim adına
with their
şükranlarımı
azans
iletiyorum.
and salahs. I would like to state that I'm indebted to
Her
them
biriniz
on behalf of my
o
nation.
geceki duruşunuzla
Each and every one of
insanımızın
you,
gönlünde
your stance during
taht
that
kurdunuz.
night,
Milletimiz sizin mücadelenizle
obtained a very valuable position in the hearts of our nation.
bazı
With your
gafillerin
help, our
ihanetini de
nation
asla unutmayacak.
will
Bu
forever
vesileyle
remember
asırlardır
the
mihrapları
treachery of
imamsız,
those
minberleri
people.
hatipsiz,
I hope
minareleri ezansız,
uh,
bizleri vatansız
the
bırakmamak
mosques
için canlarını
will
feda eden
always
aziz
sound the
şehitlerimize
azans,
Allah'tan
and
rahmet
I would
diliyorum.
like to
Rabbim bu ülkeyi ve bu
wish
Necip
the salam of
milleti
God on
her
our
türlü
martyrs
sapkınlıktan,
who made
beladan,
sure that our
musibetten,
religion
terör eylemi ve
stays eternal.
ihanetten
I
muhafaza eylesin diyorum.
hope
Din
may Allah
Şurası'nın
protect
kapanış
all,
programı
protect our
münasebetiyle
nation from all terrorist
siz
activities and
değerli bilim,
attacks.
hikmet ve
Your
gönül
valuable
insanlarıyla beraber
science,
olmaktan
knowledge,
duyduğum
and
memnuniyeti özellikle
emotional
ifade
people,
etmek
I'm
istiyorum.
really delighted
Ülkemizin
to be here
dört
together
bir
with you.
köşesinden gelen,
From
her
four
biri
corners
kendi
of our
alanında
country,
temayül etmiş, siz
all experts
hocalarımla
came here who are
görüşmek için
professionals in their area, and I
şahsım
am
bu fırsatı
really glad
bulduğumdan
to
dolayı da
have had this
Rabbime
opportunity
hamd
to have some
Diyanet
face
İşleri
time with
Başkanlığımız,
some of you.
İslam dünyası ve
Presidency
insanlık
of Religious
açısından
Affairs
kritik bir dönemde gerçekten
have
anlamlı bir
organized this in a
toplantıya
critical
ev sahipliği
junction
yaptı.
in terms of
25
humanity.
Kasım'da
This
başlayan
meeting
6.
was really
Din
meaningful.
Şurası
Sixth
sırasında
Religious Council
oldukça
started on
verimli ve
25th of November,
kapsamlı
and during this
fikir
council,
alışverişleri
we have
gerçekleşti.
exchanged
İnanç
comprehensive
karşıtı arzulardan din
opinions.
istismarına,
We talked
dini
about
rehberlik
anti-faith
hizmetlerinden
activities to
aile
exploitation
kurumuna,
of
gençlere
religion.
yönelik din
We talked about
manevi
family and
danışmanlığa,
religious
sosyal
training,
medya,
education of
yurt
youth,
dışı diyanet hizmetlerine ve
social
İslam
media,
düşmanlığına kadar
international
hepsi
religious services,
birbirinden önemli
and
konularda samimi
anti-Islam
tartışmalar
sentiments.
yaşandı.
We have talked
Konunun
sincerely on
uzmanlarının teklif ve
very important
görüşleriyle
issues.
Diyanet
We have
İşleri
seen the
Başkanlığımızın
proposals
hizmet
from experts
stratejisi
and opinions from the experts, and we have tried to determine the service strategy of
eksikler
our
giderildi.
Presidency of
Varsa
Religious
yanlışlar
Affairs. We
düzeltildi.
have tried
Yapılan
to
hayırlı işler tekrar gözden
make up the
geçirildi.
lacking points, correct the
Diyanet
mistakes,
hizmetlerinin
and
etkinliğinin
review some
ve
existing services. The
verimliliğinin daha
efficiency
da
and efficacy
artırılması
of
için bazı
President of Religious
kararlar
Affairs
alındı. Şura kararlarının ülkemiz, milletimiz,
will be
yurt dışındaki
improved due to
vatandaşlarımız,
some
gönül
decisions made
coğrafyamız
here.
ve
Our
tüm
nation,
alemi
our
İslam için hayırlara vesile
citizens
olmasını diliyorum.
abroad, they will all
Zaten
benefit from these
maddeler
decisions,
komplike olunca
I
herhalde
hope.
yüzü bulacak ama
When I heard the 37th article, I thought
gerekli
this will go on to 100, I guess, but it ended at 37, so I would like to thank all the teachers, scientists, thinkers who have contributed to this council. I thank them wholeheartedly. The decisions of this council came out of comprehensive arguments and discussions. And discussions and arguments are a tradition from our prophet. You have to confer to the experts on a specific problem. This is what is taught to his community by the prophet. Our prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "He who confers will not have regrets." This has been his message and recommendation. And the Muslims, as long as they keep this conference and open exchange tradition alive, they had been successful. And when they gave up on this conference and open exchange tradition, we stayed behind. In the last couple of centuries, most of our problems are based on not giving the religious council the importance that it deserves. If you do not freely discuss your opinions as a Muslim, you will be subject to manipulation and exploitation of other people. As long as you move away from conference council culture, you will lose the correct path. Unfortunately, the community of Islam has lost its ability to collaborate on their problems. Even today, Kudus, Palestine, anti-Islam, anti-terror, justice, human rights, and many other issues. In these issues, we see that we are lacking in this culture of council. We are looking for solutions not in our valuable religious brothers. We look for solutions in foreign countries, foreign people. These small differences prevent the community of Islam from uniting. Personal gain, if you see personal gain above the gain of nation, you cannot have anything as a Muslim. As Turkey, when it comes to issues that interest our country, or on platforms that are international, such as the Religious Council, we are trying to change this mentality. Attacks against the holy values of Muslims should be faced with joint efforts of the Muslim people. The Islamic world has inertia, and we are trying to remove this inertia in every possible way. The self-confidence of the Muslim has been damaged for many years, and we are trying to fix that both internally and externally. We didn't only talk and made decisions. We did everything to realize the decisions that we have made as a result of these conferences and consultations. Our experiences show that decision-making wasn't the biggest problem that we have to overcome, but to implement those decisions have been the biggest problem. If you do not implement your decision, that decision is null and void. In Turkish government, Turkish state, we take care to not make such a mistake. When we make any decision, we follow them up phase by phase at every level to make sure that they are implemented. The decisions we have made, decisions that are made with your contribution in the Sixth Religious Council, I believe they will be implemented and realized in the near future. And I am sure the President of Religious Affairs will be an example to all our agencies when it comes to implementation, especially a group that is responsible for the implementation of these 38 articles should chronologically follow up these articles, and they would focus on implementation. Is the implementation monitored in detail? Step by step, they have to follow up on these decisions. Valued brothers, this religious council is periodically organized, and we are trying to provide Islamic solutions to problems of our age. So, the Sixth Religious Council is focused on social culture change and religious services, and this is a a very opportune subject. According to our belief, religion is not limited to certain locations and certain weeks of the day. It's not like that. Our religion, Islam, permeates all aspects of our lives. It includes every aspect of our lives, and it includes rules and regulations regarding commerce, education, marriage, cleanliness, dressing, etc. It regulates all stages of our lives. This is the religion we believe. As a Muslim, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, until the end of our life, we will live as Muslims, as ordered. For believers, Quran is the key to a good life in this world and the next world. And the Prophet is an example when it comes to being a family leader, being an administrator, being a warrior, etc. He is our leader. Allah had completed his religion with the help of our Prophet Muhammad. And Allah said, we have sent the Quran and we are the ones who will protect the Quran. So the Quran is protected by Allah. Our religion is Islam, our holy book is Quran, and in accordance to this holy message from of Allah, both of those will persist until the end of time. Even if time and conditions change, the rules of Islam will not change. Namaz, fasting, Hajj, Zakat, we will continue to do this. Interest, lie, persecution, killing the innocent, slander, they will continue to be forbidden. Ignoring, taking lightly the provisions of Quran is unbecoming of a Muslim. Therefore, in religion, we cannot add or subtract anything to our religion. Innovation is not suitable for religion. It's not suitable for me. I don't understand. I don't like it, etc. These cannot be excuses to ignore the tenets of Islam. Because a Muslim doesn't modify his religion according to the life, but they have to form their life in accordance with religion. Because if you do not live as you believe, then you will start to believe as you live. If religion doesn't enter into a person's life, a person starts to make a religion out of their own actions. So Islam will not act in accordance with us. We will act in accordance with Islam. Even if it's hard, we will put the provisions of our religion into the center of lives, not the conditions of life. Of course, we will not exaggerate during this process. Especially, we shouldn't see religion that as isolating us from life, that imprisons us in certain frameworks dogmatically. We have to take care of the core of our religion, and we will look at the future, and we will continue to move forward. My brothers and sisters, Islam allows for president, and to see that the president is available means that religion is available to provide solution to all problems. Claiming that president door is closed will damage the connection between life and religion. Especially in this period, people are trying to sever the ties between individual and religion. As a poet says, we have to make sure the compression of the century understands Islam. So we are going through a large and immense process of change. The way we act, the relationship with our family, social life, education, consumption, production, politics, commerce, in every aspect of life, we see the reflections of these changes, sometimes the pains of these changes. Modern people have lots of technology, communication tools, power and opportunities, but he is lonely as never before. As people move away from social life, the value of holy values that make humans human start to diminish. People's personality, family, society, people are becoming a stranger to these aspects of life. Selfishness is both the nightmare of the modern individual and the determining quality. Individuality is weakening family, friendship, and sibling ties. You know, people living in the same apartment block are strangers to one another. In the past, we were not like this. Set aside an apartment block, neighborhoods, whole neighborhoods were neighbors with each other, but we cannot see this now. Stress, which is called the disease of the modern era, it's becoming more widespread, and we are seeing increasing number of social problems, especially among the youth. We are seeing new kinds of addictions, such as screen addiction. We are not talking about relationship between apartments. We are talking about relationships in a digital system, in a network. Religious systems confuse superstition with the holy, and people are exploiting the youth this way. Our children, who are our future, are subjected to Western perverse trends, and they are defenseless against this. Sharing is replaced with selfishness, collaboration is replaced with destructive competition. Exhibitionism has taken the place of the holy. Illegitimate relationships have taken the place of marriages. We are going through a dire strait. None of us, especially people like you, we do not have the luxury of watching this from a distance. As we all know, universe does not accept the void. If a holy reality moves backward, superstition will take its place. If you do not teach correct information, perversity will take its place. On the night of 15th of July, 251 of our people were martyred by this terrorist organization and ISIS, Al-Shabaab and Boko Haram, who bloodied the world of Islam. These are the latest examples of this. These terrorist organizations talk about jihad and Khalifa and similar terms, and they manipulated young people, and they have helped the agenda of the evildoers. So we must ensure that there is a strong connection with the realities of the life and religion. The life, the changes and social realities, if they are not taken into consideration with their religion, the effect of that religion will be limited. In the social life today, behind many problems, the reason is the fact that Islam is not known and understood correctly. President of Religious Affairs, whose duty is to guide people to the path, is responsible of reading the zeitgeist correctly. In Turkey, we have a strong religious affairs community. More than 150,000 staff, with more than 150,000 staff, our community of religious affairs is strong, and they should fulfill their service duty with this power. And hopefully, when they fulfill their service, we will stop this perversity in our country, and we will ensure development of our country. People from every walk of life, especially the youth, are having problems, and the answer to these problems are in Quran and the doings of our prophets, and the religious affairs presidency is responsible for ensuring this. Dear scholars, FETÖ and ISIS experience made us understand that we have to sincerely fight against all kinds of religious exploitation. After the betrayal of 15th of July, we have obtained an awareness state in our people, and we have to manage this correctly. We have to shake ourselves and strengthen our ties with the understanding of authentic and correct Islam. Learning religion from reliable sources ensures that a Muslim will not let his own mind and thinking to be controlled by others, and it will not allow religious exploitation. I regretfully say that currently one of the most important problems that threatens the world of Islam is this sectarianism problem. With the help of the events in Syria, we are seeing the most widespread sectarian events in the world of Islam. Similar to the 30-year wars, a more destructive war is happening in our surrounding geography. Differences in race, language, and sect and creed are emphasized to break the connection between Muslims. Therefore, people who believe in the same religion, same prophet, same holy book, and people who turn to Qibla 5 times a day are pitted against one another. Shia or Sunni are only different interpretations towards the same road, but people are trying to present them as different religions. In the West, this was cooked, and now it's been trying to be exported to our country. There are some destructive projects such as Alawites without Ali, and this is becoming gaining some popularity in our community. But I can clearly say German state has been promoting the Alevi sect without Ali to plant the seeds of destruction in our country. Our nation doesn't discriminate against these people. One of my brothers-in-law is called Hussein, one is called Hassan, one is called Ali. Here you go. If you ask Shias, how many of them have people in their family with names like this? We do not discriminate. We respect both Hazreti Hussein, Hazreti Hassan. Why do we love them? Because they were the closest to our prophet, and we know their struggle for Islam. Therefore, we love them. This nation loves Hazreti Ebu Bekir, Hazreti Ömer, Hazreti Osman, and they also serve Ali al-Murtaza similarly, and they respect them. Presenting Hazreti Ali differently can be done by people who do not know the reality of Ali and Islam. Lately, we have seen some markings on the doors of some buildings. Why? To divide and destroy our country. I clearly say that in Turkey, us as a state, as an administration, we do not have such a problem. People who leave these markings on these doors, our security forces are working specifically on them, and they will pay for that when they caught. Projects such as this that target our nation, people are trying to plant seeds of discord, and we will not allow them. We have seen them in Çorum and Maraş in the past. We have lost tens of our children due to these kinds of provocations. So, as a nation, we have to be aware of these provocations. Lately, the President of Religious Affairs, they were really inclusive with regard to our Alevi citizens. I have been closely following these developments. I am the President of the Republic for 82 million Turkish citizens, and I wholeheartedly support these efforts by the Presidency of Religious Affairs. In the future, similar activities that will strengthen our bond should be improved. So we shouldn't say we will explain the religion to people who come to our door. We have to knock every door to tell and explain our holy religion. In this process, in this period, we should keep this reality always in our minds. If you don't touch injured hearts and repair them, fix them, someone else will destroy those hearts with poisonous herbs. If sincere scholars fill some gaps, definitely people like the religious joker in Pennsylvania will fill those gaps. If people cannot have access to correct information, they will be captured by organizations such as FETÖ, ISIS, etc. Thank God, compared to 10-15 years, we have the opportunity to realize all these now. And I want to say this clearly. The event in Pennsylvania is not some ordinary thing. It's a project. And this project is a sign of a game that is being played on Turkey. We have been repeatedly saying this. Boxes and boxes of files and court decisions were sent to the USA administration. If they still don't return, give this guy up, I am assuming my nation is able to add 2 and 2 together. Everything is plain as day. From charter schools of FETÖ is paid $750 million from the Treasury of the United States. Doesn't this indicate something, tell something to us? We have been repeatedly saying this all the time, but we are still not shaking ourselves and coming to ourselves. Turkey is not the Turkey of 1940s, 1970s, 12 Septembers or 28 Februaries, just like back in the days of single party. Back in the days of single party years, people who see Islam as a sign of it's a sense of weakness. Hopefully, these will not come back again. People used to mock our people's belief, and they lost in the past 15 years, and they are condemned to lose. No power can rip our people away from their spiritual roots, beliefs, and holy values. No matter what, this nation will not be a victim of 15th of July, 28th of February, and similar events.
bugün bırakın din
Dear
eğitimini yasaklayan,
brothers and sisters,
teşvik eden,
the government is not
önünü açan ve
banning
anlayışlı iş
religious education. On the contrary, the government is promoting religious education. To make sure that our people learn about their religion, history, and culture, we are doing everything we can. Quran lessons, Quran lessons for children aged between 4 and 6 provide real important opportunities. Our citizens are able to get to Quran education any time of the day. You know, religious high schools have increasing number of students compared to only a few thousands in the past, and there are no obstacles in front of the religious affairs community when it comes to teach and educate the youth. And this situation lends you increased responsibility, and we expect from you to fulfill your responsibility. Therefore, all religious official should work not as an ordinary officer, but as a successor of the prophets. I ask from you to bring Quran from the books into the hearts. From you scholars, our expectations are not limited to the domestic area. You have to work with the same effort internationally also. Today, in around 100 countries around the world, we have Turkish citizens. We have mosques in foreign countries. They are like oases in a desert. We are seeing that neo-Nazi terror is spreading like the plague. So we have to take care of our brothers and sisters who live abroad. We shouldn't leave these brothers and sisters to Western projects such as moderate Islam. We are responsible for our own family and citizens, and we're also responsible for our citizens abroad. Providing religious services with such consistency and with a broad scope is unseen around the world. Therefore, our religious affairs model is a great example for other Muslim countries. To promote this efficiency, we have to work with international Islamic scholars. I think it will be valuable to share these decisions of the Council with the Islamic world, and we should make Istanbul as Islamic scholarship center, and I think it's really important to establish an Islamic Studies University here. The importance of your duty, I'm sure you are aware of the importance of your duty. For 14 centuries, I think you will transfer the knowledge of our 14th century old civilization. I hope an open mind from my God to you. I hope your hearts are always clear, and I hope Allah will help you in this holy struggle. As I end my speech, once again, I would like to congratulate Sixth Religious Council, and I hope the decisions made here will be valuable. And I would like to thank to the members of the council. I salute you with love and respect. Thank you very much. May God help you.
Şükranlarımızı arz ediyoruz. Kendilerini bir müddet daha sahnede ağırlıyoruz. Hediye takdimi için muhterem Diyanet İşleri Başkanımızı sahneye davet ediyorum. Buyurun Sayın Başkan.